capacitors. Lots of them. This kind of came in a lot of parts. Now it's time to go digging. I think I need to rebuild my power supply on my Whirlwind. I'm going to start with a couple capacitors and see what happens. That's the research I've been doing with resets. I didn't even know if it's a reset. I'd call it more of a crash. But I do believe that is where I'm going to start. So, might have about 8,000 capacitors here. Probably more, because look at this. There's probably 1,000 of these guys alone. So, I need an 18,000 microfarad 25 volt for starters. So, time to go digging. Well, this looks like a bag of used capacitors. I don't really know why I would keep these. These are probably just all garbage, but look. 25 volt, 18,000 UF. But this cap's probably 30 years old. It's been in a flood. It's got mud. And I just don't really think it's a good idea to even keep these in inventory. They're too old and they're too crappy. So, unfortunately, that's the only other one I found, though. So, 15,000. I got close. 15,000. But looks like I don't have what I need. Lots of 15,000s. So, that's gonna put a pause on that operation for now. Holy capacitors. Alright, let's check out what's going on in my browser here. Internet Pinball Database, Whirlwind Photo, references, these targets especially. The manual, try to identify targets. Oh, PinWiki, System 9 to 11 repair. Big Daddy Electronics, checking out all the different capacitor values for the power supply. Pinside Whirlwind Club. I was scrolling through all the photos, getting some interesting ideas. Oh, and look at this, someone else has a broken one of these thingamajiggies as well. And Marco Specialties. I've been going shopping. Can you see that? No, let me zoom in on this. Yeah. Lots of my parts. A lot of stuff. Not everything I need, but some stuff I threw in there just in case I need. So there's that. And this is me messaging Robin on Pinside to change my name from Atari Action to Pinball Shenanigans, but Pinball Shenanigans is too long. You're not allowed to do that. You're not allowed to have a space either, so I might go with Shenanigander. So just waiting to hear back from Robin. And there's my electronics store. Opens soon. Hopefully he has at least the main capacitor that I need to get the machine to stop crashing. But as you can see, I've been busy. Yeah, with Whirlwind stuff. So stay tuned. We'll try and get this thing playing, hopefully today. Alright, so I called my local electronics store, and he does have an 18,000 UF cap for me, but it's axial, not radial. No, it's radial, not axial. So the leads will come out both one end. That's just going to be like a temporary thing. I just want to replace this cap just to see if I can stabilize the machine. Then I can go through all sorts of diagnostics and whatnot, and even play the game a little bit. Ultimately, I probably will just send out the whole power supply for repair, but this way I can test everything else and see if I need to send any other boards along with it. But I'm going to try and show you something. Along with the reading I did on PinWiki, which led me to that capacitor. And just, oh, look at that. It's not booting up. But last night I got it to boot up. And I like tapped on the capacitor while it was booting up and it crashed. So that was just another thing that led me towards that. But that's just basically a common thing, this cap. So I'm going to go get me one. I'm going to remove this board for now, install it, and I have a feeling that we should be back in business. And if not, then I will probably just send out the whole board. I mean, I could order all the caps and but it'll be, you know, probably just the same amount of time to send out the whole board to my guy, and whatever, trade him some old used boards towards the repair costs as well. And yeah, so instead of just doing all the caps myself, only to find out, oh, that I need to replace this or I need to replace that, I'll just let him. He does it all. Boom. Brent Butler, my board guy. Everybody's board guy, really, in Canada. So he does good work. So I will mess with other crap while he messes with this. But let's see if we can at least get myself up and running so I can kind of check everything else out before I send out any boards. Okay, just bringing in my Panthera back glass out of my vehicle. And don't you think Algar and Panthera make a good couple? He likes the lions, she likes the jaguars. Panthers, right? Not jaguars. So yeah, I think they look good together. Alright, out with the old. Where are you? 18,000 microfarads, 25 volts. Same cap there, except it is axial, not radial. But look at this. The board has options for either, so I can pop that in just like so. And Bob is your uncle. Gotta like that. Alright, the new cap is installed, and in the typical shenanigander way, I installed it backwards the first time, so I had to remove it and reinstall it. I just got all excited that it snapped in so happily, and I'm like, oh, that's why they call them snap caps, and soldered it up and then realized, oops. But now it is on properly, and I thought for fun, we would test the old one and see what the reading is. I haven't tested it yet, so let's turn it on. Got one lead connected here. Let's see what this guy says. That's actually reads fine. It's basically 17,000 microfarads. So that doesn't give me a lot of hope. Must be possibly the other capacitors then. I don't know. Who knows? Just because it is reading okay doesn't necessarily mean it is okay, from what I understand. Just for fun, let's look at that one we threw out in the garbage yesterday. Because we're not going to use 30-year-old caps. Oh, did I even have that hooked up right? Negative is on this side. But I got a good reading, so I must have hooked it up right. Okay, that should be positive. What do we got here? See, that's a little low. 15.5 thousand microfarads. And let's see. Try this one more time for fun. Is that right? Yeah. Yeah, it reads okay. It's a little off, but either way, they're both going in the garbage. Okay, the new power supply with the new cap, not the new power supply, it is installed. And what I forgot to do, actually, this is would have been a good troubleshooting measure, is to, when it wasn't booting up there, to check the voltages and see which voltage is missing, and is it the 12 volt supply or is it the 5-volt supply that is the issue, and trace it back from there. But if it doesn't boot up, then we can do that now. So let's okay, I'm gonna put you down on the spinny wheels for a minute. Well, I put the display in. Alright, so even if this does boot up, it's not really going to be telling until it crashes. Then it'll be telling. Alright, let's see what happens. Okay. Absolutely nothing. Now it's time to check my voltages. Okay, well, I guess we ruled that capacitor out. Alright, check this out. We are getting our negative 12 volts. We are getting our positive 12 volts. What we're not getting is our positive 5 volts. That is millivoltage, means nothing. Which makes sense, because that's what is needed to boot up the CPU. And we have no diagnostic lights or LED lights lighting up at all. So I gotta look up the schematic, find out all the components on the 5-volt line, trace them back, and figure out what it might be that I need to replace. Probably all the capacitors, but we'll start with that and go from there. Okay, well, I tracked down the 5-volt circuit, which does not appear to be in the manual for Whirlwind, and it's not. It's not in Earthshaker, and not in Swords of Fury that I could find. Swords of Fury, ooh, it's a whole different game. Anyway, while I wait for results on that in the repair group, I thought I'd go back to Hurricane and figure out why the hell this is happening. That's ball number 1. Ball number 2. Those are the balls that were in Hurricane. They always worked until I cleaned everything, and then it didn't work. Here are 5 completely random balls out of my used collection. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. You want to explain what is going on there? Do you want to explain? There's no difference in the balls, I'm telling you. But the balls that are in there don't make it around, but 5 miscellaneous, completely random balls, they all work. So somehow these used to work and now they don't work. Now these, I don't get it, but I guess I solved the problem. So dumb. Well, I couldn't find what I needed in my stash of caps, so I went back to the electronics store. Good thing it's like 3 blocks from my house. I got me a C8, which will go here. Whoa, that's too zoomy. Right here. That's part of the circuit. And I also, for good measure, got me a C14. No, C12. So, I'm going to change these guys and see if we have any luck. Alright, so C12 has been changed, which is a 330 UF 10 volt, but I upped it to 16 just because that's what they had. And now C8 is also changed. That was a 47 UF 25 volt originally, but 50 volts is fine. And at first I noticed this diode looked a little sketchy. I did test it, it seems fine, and I noticed that the lock washer is missing on this nut. So for further confirmation, I do see that someone has messed with that diode there, and also this I don't know if it's a transistor or voltage regulator, and here as well. and whatever this is. What is that on that side? Maybe R3 or maybe C2. Let's see, is that right? Yeah, so anyway, this has been tampered with. So I'm gonna keep my eye on that. I don't know if I can test these regulators or transistors. Possibly. But definitely this is a new suspect, this zone here. Although I don't think it is tied in to the 5-volt circuit, but I could be wrong. But who knows? Somebody definitely tried to do something. So what we're going to do is pop this in and see what happens. And, well, we'll find out shortly. Let's just do that and then go from there. Okay, the board is installed. And I have to give a shout out and a thank you to fellow pinball shenanigander Jeffrey Jones. Not only did he provide me the schematics for this, which does not appear to be in any friggin' System 11 manual unless you scrounge. Apparently you can find one in a taxi or a Dr. Dude. But he hooked me up with this manual, schematic, so that was very helpful. He also offered me some leftover Whirlwind parts that he did a super high-end restore on his Whirlwind, and it is incredible. Like, this machine, I might as well just throw in the trash can compared to the restore job he did. Holy crap, man, it isn't ridiculous. His Facebook page is called Pinball Reborn, and there's also photos of his Circus Voltaire high-end restore, like, I mean, top of the line, highest of the end restore. It's incredible. So he offered, you know, if I need reference photos for Whirlwind as well. So thanks, Jeffrey, for all your help. It's definitely come in handy, and I guess I got a box of goodies coming in the mail in the next week or two. So that's pretty sweet. So yeah, hey, let's yeah, okay, let's pop this on and see what happens. Well, nothing much is going to happen because the other connectors are not connected. But what we're going to do, this is the test, is find out. Let's zoom out here. I said let's zoom out here. Let's zoom out here. Hey, there we go. We're going to check our 5 volts now, that those caps have been changed. Okay. Throw you on DC voltage. Let's maybe even set it up so you can kind of see it. Hey, look at that. Alright. First of all, nothing's blown up, so that's good. Probably put on the caps the right way. Let's check our 12 volts again. What do we got? 13.5, that's good. Negative 12 volts are right here. That's good. Alright, here's the test. Right here. +5. Hey! Look at that! Oh shit. I just blew everything up. Just kidding. Let's try that again. We got 5 volts. Oh yeah. Okay. We might be able to feel some power of some wind. Let's turn this off. Let's grab my tools. And all my crap. Oh my, I'm too excited. Look at this. I'm stuck. There you go. That's how you, oh my god. Everything's tangled. This is very shenanigandous, I must say. That's not how you do things. You gotta be meticulous and careful and not break shit. But that's no fun either, right? Okay. If we break something, we buy it and we fix it. Let's get this crap out of the way. We still got balls in the machine, I believe. Been making my list of stuff to order, most of which is already on my Marco cart. Move all this crap out of the way. Sorry if I'm getting you dizzy here, going around in circles. Okay, first of all, Machine is off. Okay, let's plug in our displays. And let's plug in all our other goods. Okay. We got 3 balls in the machine. Still have that issue where it doesn't want to recognize the 3 balls, but if we can get to that issue, that would be a good thing. Let's see if we can even get there. All right. 3, 2, 1. What? How is that possible? Okay. We've got all our voltages. That does not make any sense. How can you be like that? We have no lights on our CPU. So, did somehow, between then and now, we lose our 5 volts? If so, we might just still have some sort of flaky component on the board. Got me all excited for no reason. Watch this. I bet you we lost our 5 volts. Yeah, look at that. 5 volts is gone. So, that is my problem. Intermittent 5 volts. So, let's do something here. Unplug the power supply. Turn off the machine. Unplug this connector off the power supply. Now, holy shit, we got some information on the displays. Let's just turn that off. Unplug that. That's so weird. Okay, turn it on now. Let's see if we have 5 volts now. And we do. So, interesting. Okay, let's keep the displays unplugged. Turn off the machine. Plug in this connector. Not like keeping the displays plugged in or off doesn't really make any sense, but... And now I power it on. With it connected, we lose our voltage. So, very interesting. Very, very interesting. Don't really know what that means. But, that's it. That's going to be the end of this video. Unfortunately, it was nothing but failure. Well, yeah, pretty much. Not a whole lot of progress. But, well, I will struggle on. And maybe you'll come along for the rest of the struggle, because I'm sure there will be more. Well, thanks for watching.